Hey everybody, welcome back to Moving Cardboard and my weekly playthroughs of Ninjadorg scenarios. That's what I'm doing right now. Single core set, Ninjadorg, and I looked up his real name, but he designed Gloom of Killforth, I think. I think he's the designer of Gloom, a game called Gloom of Killforth. But this was one of his projects he worked on, was designing these scenarios. So I'm on to the next one, and the last video was, I know, extremely long, and my goal is to have them be like 15-minute bites, maybe 20 minutes, or 25. I could go 25, like an episode, right? And so what that also means is, since I know that when I'm playing, I'm kind of thinking out loud a lot. Sometimes I'm counting things out by talking out loud, and then I state that I'm doing it. There's moments of silence, but I like just rolling the camera because I like showing just the pure experience of playing rather than doing too much editing. I guess that might in some sense make a better video, a more watchable video if I were to edit it and keep the pace going. But for me, my style is just, here's the experience of playing the scenario and thinking out loud, the thought process, the puzzle. And I'm not teaching the game. I'm not going to explain a lot of mechanics. I'm just going to do it. But I'll try to get better at showing the cards. But let me know if what I'm doing is working for you or not. I'm totally up for feedback. I'm going to have to change my my space here because the board state gets kind of crazy, especially for the scenario we are about to play next, which is called Forgotten Ruins. So the next scenario is Forgotten Ruins, as I said. So we went through Mirkwood and we fought a hill troll and freed some people, liberated them. And the next one has a different encounter set. It's got the LOTR, which is generally more difficult. So the way he designed these is that you have kind of easier encounter sets, and he starts to mix in more difficult ones generally. So to start off here, we have the gathering minions of Mirkwood are summoning an ancient evil that rests beneath the land, biding its time and plotting its return. What could it be? Long has an ancient ruin hidden enemies in the dark wilderness of Mirkwood. The evil within has plagued the lands around for years. The time has come for you to put an end to the darkness lurking inside the decrepit crypts. Okay, so we're taking out the Nazgul of LOTR, Ungoliant Spawn, and the objective cards and setting them aside out of play. So just like the other scenario, this is probably going to be, reading between the lines, a succession of boss fights involving Ungoliant Spawn and the Nazgul of LOTR. So a little bit of analysis before I get into this scenario to talk about it. This one requires more careful pacing. You don't want to rush this one. I've got a deck that can reliably beat this scenario, but I recently played it and I kind of forgot, and I was rushing the quest, and you don't want to do that. It's about managing threat and managing the quest so that you take on the next challenge when you're ready for it. So you want to prepare for the challenge of Ungoliant Spawn, the Nazgul, and whatever else that it's going to throw at you. And it allows you, when you read them, when the cards flip, it allows you to do that, but you cannot rush the quest at all. So I'm going to shuffle everything up. I need to actually put the encounter deck together. Shuffle everything up, and I'll be right back. Alright, so that's all done. I'll set my deck over here. Okay, and now I have a different set of heroes. This time around. We have Eowyn, Baravor's still here, and Theodred. So the dwarves have left, and have been replaced by some Rohirrim. So these guys are the ones who are going to do the questing. Now, obviously, I now have Spirit instead of Tactics, because Tactics is not going to cut it for this. Not with a single core, not in what I tried. Tactics is great for killing, but like I said a minute ago, this one is a lot about managing your threat and managing how much you quest. On the other hand, you want to be able to just like crush questing when you need to. So, Eowyn. So the just in terms of space, I've got the encounter deck off screen, so I'll just draw and show what I draw. And let's draw an opening hand. And before I look, let's go ahead and make sure my threat tracker is correct. It's at 27, so this also has another reason I changed the heroes is for a lower threat. So I'm starting with 27 instead of 30 like the prior deck. Alright, so 6 cards. This isn't the greatest opening hand, mainly because it's kind of pricey. Steward of Gondor is good to have quickly, though. I can't deny that. Of course, that means that I could attach it on turn 2 easily. The other thing, I mean, that's always fine to play. I guess it's fine. It's fine. It's not great, but it's fine, I think, for what I'm doing. And let me see if there's anything else I need to do. So that's 1A. Doesn't have the quest on it. 1B. Forgotten Ruins, I need 9. And it says, the treacherous route through the woods winds its way deep into Mirkwood. Spiders skitter along the webbed threads in the green canopy above you, some larger than others. This can be hard to read. When 9 progress tokens have been placed on this card, put Ungoliant Spawn into play. You cannot defeat the stage while Ungoliant Spawn is in play. So quest up to 9, which might, I don't want to quest too fast, basically. So I have to be ready for when the spawn comes on. Okay, so I'll draw for turn. I get a Gandalf. So I've got him in my pocket. But I also need to keep threat low, so I may need to make sure I'm questing. So I think the key here is going to be quest with both of them, and I'll give the resource to Eowyn. So I'm questing for 5. And I get a King Spider off the top with an engagement cost of 20, so he will engage me. I have to exhaust a character I control. So that's really bad, actually. It's a terrible start. That exhausts Barivor. It will engage me. This is going to be an undefended attack. So I will draw a shadow card for him. This could be very bad. If he gets buffed, it could just ruin my day already. That's a nasty card, but it doesn't say shadow. This is a shadow card. Alright, so it does 3 damage to... it's gross. I guess I'll put it on Barivor. And the turn will end. I will do that. So I'm doing all this stuff, raising the threat to 28. And I drew Daughter of the Nimberdell, which now I kind of want to go ahead and put... I usually put Steward of Gondor on one of these two, kind of situationally. It's actually really good. My favorite thing to happen is put it on one of them, and then later in the game, put it on her later, and then have it removed through something, shadow effect, and then put it on her. So since I really need to heal now, we'll put it on her and tap it for 2. So he's going to spend 2. She'll get the 2. We'll spend the 3 for a daughter of Ninjadorg, the Ninjadorg, who will then tap to heal, Beravor of 2, and then I'll spend 3 for some threat reduction. My threat will go down by 6. To 22. And that'll be it for my planning phase. So I need to now commit someone to the quest. I think it's going to be Eowyn alone this time. Oh, I forgot to put progress tokens on that, didn't I? 5, 2, 3. There should be 3 on there already. I'm going to quest with just Eowyn because I need to try to make progress on killing that spider, basically. It's kind of annoying that he came out, but things happen in life. So Eowyn will quest for 4. I'll reveal a Dolguldur Beastmaster. He's nasty, but he's going to sit there. 4 minus 2 is 2. So I've now got 5 tokens. So see, I need resources, but I would normally quest with him, but I have to deal with this thing, and I'm going to be whittling it down. I don't have the greatest stuff in my hand. I should have mulliganed. Moving on to the attack phase. Beravor will defend. Well, I deal him a shadow card, but I don't have anything to look at it. So Beravor will defend. Again, no. Well, it's kind of nice that those are out of the way. So Beravor takes 1 wound. Theodred will attack and do 1 damage to the spider. It's also annoying because I'm not getting my card draw engine going, which I need to do. But generally, this quest so far in my experience is often tough. You just have to hang on until you get everything online, and then you can kind of cruise through it. So I'm going to refit, increase. I'm just going to give her 3 resources a turn now. Assume that's always exhausted. And then I'll draw for turn also. Hasty Stroke, cancel a shadow effect. That's useful. So let's play Gleowine. Let's get this card draw going. Gleowine, I'll draw a card off Gleowine. A Northern Tracker. Amazing card for many reasons, but I need the mana. So what I'm going to do here is yeah, I need some bodies. I'm afraid of questing with both of these guys, obviously, because a low engagement cost creature could come out and I wouldn't be able to deal with it. So I could just deal with just quest with Theodred alone, but she's not very good at fighting because I want the resource. So, you know, I'm going to just risk it. And who do I want to give the resource to? Probably, well, now I want to give it to Eowyn. So I'm going to give it to Eowyn. I'm questing 5. And I get this guy. So he's 1. So 5 to 3 is 2. So I'm up to 7. So I need to be careful. Now I need to slow it down, obviously, because I definitely don't have what I need. And then Barivore will defend against the King's Spider. There is no shadow effect. Barivore will take 1 damage. Daughter of the Ninjadorg will heal 2 damage. And then I will end the turn, reset. Threat is now 24. Steward of Gondor, 2 more. See, now I wish Steward of Gondor were on her because it would have drawn. It just really is contextual based on what I happen to be drawing at the time. But she's 1 away from being able to cast Northern Tracker. And I've also got Faramir in my hand, who's... He's in game. He's my finisher, actually. Let's go ahead and draw a card off Gleowine before I do anything else. Snowborn Scout. Okay, there's no lands. There are no locations in the staging area. That's what he's really for. Sort of, but he's also I use him as just a cheap chump blocker because that means I'm going to be able to make some headway on card draw. I'm going to play him. He's going to take it from the King's Spider this turn. I'm going to try to not have to exhaust Barivore so that I can get more card draw. That's what I'm looking for. Get my useful cards out. Alright. 1, 2, so I need 3 attack total to take that thing out. Right now what I'm going to be doing is I could just hard cast Gandalf. For what? Hard cast Gandalf for the card draw. Quest with her. Quest with him. Block. Yeah, that's going to be my turn. So, because I'm getting 3 resources a turn for lore. So lore, I'm going to use all those. I'm going to cast Gandalf as well in my planning phase. And I'm going to use the card draw option. Draw 3 cards. Okay, Valiant Sacrifice. I'm going to be able to cast that. Collect good cards. Good cards. Very good draw there. Now I will quest with these guys. Theodred will give the mana to himself this time. So Ungoliant Spawn's going to come out, but they will not attack me because my threat will be low. I think I just want to quest with these guys now because I don't want my threat to go up either. So 5. Questing for 5. So I'm going to put 2 based on this. Actually, I probably won't trigger him this turn. Questing for 5. There's already 3. And there's 2. So I make no progress. Well, darn. So I don't really like this. I don't want to travel here, but that's okay. I'll clear it next turn. So I make no progress. That's fine. Now, combat phase. Snowborn Scout will defend this attack. There is no shadow effect, so Snowborn Scout will die. I'll spend a resource to cast Valiant Sacrifice. After an ally leaves play, draw 2 cards. My other Daughter of the Ninjadorg and Unexpected Courage. Very key card, very important card. So I'm getting some good stuff here. And then Gandalf will attack the King Spider and kill it because he's got 4. Armor Silk's 1, 3 more. He's only got 2 left. So he's gone and he goes in my discard pile. I'll use her to heal that, and I'll use her to draw 2 more cards. So drawing a lot of cards. Northern Tracker and Sneak Attack. I already used Gandalf. Okay. So looking pretty good here. So I'll raise my threat by 1, 1, 1, and 3 for Bearvor. Steward Gondor is tapped, as always. So first things first, I'm obviously going to play a Northern Tracker for all 4 of those. So Unexpected Courage will have to come next turn. I don't know that I want to bother equipping this yet. I think it can wait for now. Let's see. So I want to quest, because I want Theodra to accelerate her again. But I'm going to use Northern Tracker just to clear that. So when Northern Tracker commits, it'll put a progress token on every location. 4, 5, 6. I'll be questing 6. So now Ungoliant will come out. I've got a Forest Snare. Yeah, I've got a Forest Snare. So that goes away. And I'll give her that. 4, 5, 6. Questing 6. Wow. Okay, that's annoying. Because there's still 6 in there. And I don't want to discard 2 cards at random because I have some key cards and some of these are one-ofs. I've only got 1 stone. I've only got 1 Unexpected Courage. I've only got 2 Forest Snares. And I only need 1. But I'm going to need it, right? And so I don't want to travel there. I'm just going to have to deal with that via Northern Tracker shenanigans. Right? Okay, so let's see here. Still no progress. Threat is climbing, which I don't want that to happen. I want to actually, now I'm at the point where I want to go ahead and get it going. But I'm at a standstill because of this. I have 1 Northern Tracker. I have 1 in my hand, but I don't have 4 resources. There's a lot of high-costed important spirit cards. That's why it's kind of 50-50 on who I give the steward to. Or stewardship. But, you know, it's fine. I mean, there's a lot of important green cards that just haven't come out yet. So I'll reset. I'll go ahead and do my resources. 2, 3. I did my threat already, right? And I'll draw for turn. I forgot to draw for those guys, but that's okay. I forgot to do it. It's my fault. So I got a Test of Will. So I have both a Test of Will and a Hasty Stroke coming up. Okay, so I think that's long enough for now. So what I'm going to do is end this where we are, and then we'll come back and see what happens. I think next turn I should be able to get Ungoliant spawn in the staging area, and I'm going to optionally engage it as soon as it comes out. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and let me know if the format is working for you, if you're enjoying these or not. All right, bye.